Hi, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? It's Joe D, and welcome to Friday Share a Beer for what is today, the fifth day of January 2018, the first Friday Share a Beer for 2018. Yay! Anyway, man, we are back and better than ever for this new year. You know what I'm saying? Getting things going with a bang here. We got some news, some cool stuff to talk about. First, though, I need to get cracking on my let's see here. There's something new in Netflix I would love to talk about. Okay. Love to talk about, but we've got to get to my beer first here. So let me do a screen share of my Untappd, and I'll show you what beer I'm having, and then we can move forward with what's new on Netflix. Stuff that you might be interested in watching this weekend. Do they? No, they haven't popped up the Guinness. Original extra. This is what I'm having right now. This will be my first beer. Of course, I've had it a bunch, but just to show you guys, might not be too familiar. Guinness Extra Stout here on Untappd. By the way, I'm Joe_D. If you want to friend me on Untappd, 127,000 ratings on here, 1,000 in the last 30 days. 5% ABV, no IBUs rated at this time. 3.61 bottle cap rating, which is a really good rating for a nice sessionable brew like this is. Let me see. So it's also brewed in Canada and sold in the U.S. This version's brewed in Canada and sold in the U.S. and in Canada. Who we got there? Is that Lance? What's up, man?
What is going on, man?
But this is the one. It's been 200 years they've been brewing this beer, so I mean they should have it kind of down by now. You know what I'm saying? This one's not too. I'll add a check in right now as we're speaking, since I'm about to pour it. This is my warm up beer, Lance. The Guinness Extra Stout. Of course, mine says 5.6% ABV. It's not just 5% as the 0.6.
Hey, gotta be accurate now.
Yeah, what do you have, my friend?
An unusual one. I know I'm a day late and a dollar short with this one. This is the Evil Twin Brewing Company's Eggnog IPA. And yes, as really bad as it sounds.
Oh, okay. I was wondering. Yeah, I'm like, eggnog. What are they? Are they trying to mimic the spiciness of maybe eggnog? Maybe that nutmeggy sort of. What flavors are you getting in that? I'm gonna have to look that one up. Let me pop the top on this one. See if I get any smoke.
Now, what I can taste out of it, I'm definitely getting the nutmeg, that chalky taste, and a lot of the eggnogs, and a lot of egg white and carbonation.
Wow, that doesn't sound great.
And I just did a review on this, and I even said in the review, if you put this glass in front of my face and told me this was not a beer, I'm reaching for some rum. I am.
Because it seriously tastes like eggnog, though?
Not really, but it's got the elements to it. Evil Twin, I'm indifferent with them to begin with. They just tried way too hard with this. Way too hard.
So let's look that up. So this is Evil Twin. And this is their Eggnog IPA, you said?
Yes, this is an American IPA. And it says it's 8%. If it is, it's masking it very well.
So they did that at least, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. So here we go with the Untappd right here. 1,208 total, 986. Wow, so that's all super recent in the last 30 days. 8%, 45 IBUs, 3.11 Added, yeah, it was just added too. So this is a 11/27/17. So it was just added not too long ago. That's not really that good a rating. You know, a 3.11. I don't imagine at an 8% beer this isn't like a sessionable brew. You know, they said this is Eggnog IPA, and it is a cocktail inspired IPA brewed with egg white, lactose, bourbon flavoring, nutmeg, and vanilla. This beer hits 8% ABV and will be packaged in 16-ounce cans. Huh.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I would say, like, I mean, at 8%, that's got to come directly from the bourbons. Gotta be.
Mm. Yeah. Well, yeah, and so nutmeg and vanilla, that should be pretty, in that lactose. I mean, that should give it that you know, a decent, nice sweetness and stuff. Is any of that, or is it kind of bourbon and then nutmeg? Or
I'm getting no. I'm getting no bourbon taste whatsoever.
Wow.
I'm definitely, like I said, getting that chalky eggnog taste though.
Yeah, this is a curious brew right here. I gotta admit, man, just hearing eggnog, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. What about you, Mark? An eggnog? Can I interest you?
I've got to admit, that's the first one I've seen or heard of. Eggnog IPA. I don't know.
And when they first announced it in November, I'm like, huh? And it's like,
but I mean, I can see it because eggnog's got some winter spices and stuff. But I don't know.
Yeah,
interesting.
That was my first thought too when he mentioned it. I was like, well, is it spicy? You know what I'm saying? Because that's your first thought. The nutmeg, the vanilla, and then he said this one's bourbon aged or something, bourbon barreled or something. So
no, they said it gives straight up added bourbon, natural bourbon type flavoring.
Yeah, bourbon flavoring. There you go.
They might have used the bourbon extract.
Yeah, it's just, and it doesn't get a good rating. I mean, you've got
that looks like an idea that wasn't really good.
Yeah.
Like, hey, that was one of those things. I think you can brew it, but do you really want to?
Yeah, I mean, because you look at the color. The color's fantastic. I mean, some of these pictures, you know, the color is actually pretty good. You know, I don't know. It's just, you know, maybe they need to go back and sharpen their pencil and redo the recipe a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that seems it doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be bad, but it sounds like from what you're saying, Lance, it's a little not quite up to par.
Yeah, just not quite there. You know, because they do have some. I mean, this guy loves it apparently because he said this is effing good, so interesting. Can't drink a lot, but worth the buy or try. So much eggnog, you know, so much egg. I don't know if I want a lot of egg. What do you think, Tom? What do you want a lot of egg in your beer? Like, do you want to taste egg?
Oh yeah, I crack an egg into my beer before I drink it. Get more protein.
It's like Rocky.
Yeah.
So we got Paul and Craig in the chat. They're saying hi. What's up? So yeah, that's definitely a different one there, man. I have to admit. I am having a Guinness in proper glassware, by the way.
Okay. Cool.
You know, in one of the Guinness extra stout that we all know we all got stuck with now because of somebody. Tom. I ain't mentioning no names. Tom.
Yeah, I bought one bottle.
Oh, you just bought one? Okay, you were smart. I bought a 6-pack.
Yeah, I did too.
Still good though. I mean, it's still
no,
good.
yeah, it's not bad. No, it's not bad. It's apparently, it's at least, I can say, I don't know if it's definitely better because I have not sampled it, but it's at least better rating than eggnog beer right now.
Yeah, I think you're pretty safe with that.
Yeah, you're pretty safe with that. Yeah.
I don't know who gets together and they're like, yeah, let's make an eggnog IPA. Like
an IPA out of all the.
I would think like a stout.
Yeah,
I think stout would be good.
Yeah.
Or porter. A brown ale.
Yeah, because you already
IPA and eggnog just doesn't sound good.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah, you're trying to be different. You're trying to, so I'll give them an A for that. You're trying to think out of the box, do something out of the box. If someone else was to do, how many egg? You know what? Okay, now I'm curious. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm thinking like another thing about a lot of the homebrewers I know. I don't know if they even tried it something like an eggnog.
Well, I'm looking up eggnog beer right now.
Well, even always does those crazy beers sometimes.
Okay, so you've got Springhouse Brewing. Anybody heard of them? The Martins Kidnapped Santa Eggnog Stout. There you go.
See, porter.
And look at the rating on that. It's a 3.68. I mean, that's a decent rating. Here you go. Here's a 3.9. A real nice surprise.
Goose Island.
Goose Island. So they've got eggnog in there. You've got the Eggnog IPA, which ain't rated really good at all. But the Imperial Eggnog Mud Mountain Milk Stout, that's got a solid rating. Look at that.
I'll try that one.
Yeah, see, it looks like we're heading down cream ales. Here you go, another stout. Shipyard. Here you go, Shipyard. There's a eggnog white porter. A white porter, huh?
Grandpa's old. So I don't know what that.
Yeah, the old white eggnog stout. So we're man, I have to admit, I don't. Maybe I just haven't paid attention, obviously, because there's plenty of them out here. An eggnog lager? Come on, really?
How's that going to work? That would curdle, you know. Ugh. Ugh.
Odell Brewing. Are you serious, Clark? That's a stout from Odell. I mean, Odell makes some decent brews. Yes, somebody's Shipyard Brewing. Here you go, Santa's Halper. That Shipyard Brewing at Santa's Halper, white eggnog porter. I never heard of that one. So yeah, there's apparently a lot of eggnog brews out there. Just
a lot of IPAs. Eggnog.
Yeah, you don't see many. We saw obviously one lager. That's really a stretch.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so what do you have in there, Mark?
Like he's having lunch.
And lunch and torpedo.
Oh yeah, torpedo. Yeah, that's solid.
A good one. Yep. Stop by the store. Got myself a fine frozen burrito for lunch.
Oh yeah. You know what? Sometimes frozen burritos are just like Taco Bell tacos. Every once in a while.
For $2,
Yeah, you
just big burrito too, right?
Yeah, it was a steak and cheddar cheese burrito. So
that's
good. One of those like foot long burritos.
But it was it was organic. So the steak and the cheese were organic. So
yeah, they were organs at one time, right? Yeah.
So
I got the beer in the mail from Zach.
Oh, cool. You just got it. Okay.
I think I got it yesterday.
Okay.
It's been wicked cold out here, like super cold, like below zero.
Yeah.
So I go to look at the can. I'm like, oh, awesome. I tip it upside down, look at the ABV, and I just hear slush.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
so I'm hoping it didn't like dilute it or anything.
No, I think.
Once you freeze it. I don't know, man. Once you freeze beer.
Which one did you get?
I got the Belgian rye stout.
Okay, the rye stout.
Okay.
Yeah, that was very good.
Messed it up a little bit.
Well, give it a shot, man. Yeah, let's
Belgian rye stout slushy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hopefully it's not real flat and oof.
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, there's still alcohol in there, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it's 8%.
That'll be the best beer slushy you've ever had in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It smells like a beer I've had before. Hey, did you guys get the Belgian rye?
I got the Belgian rye. What did you get, Joe? You got the
I got the Scottish
ale.
Yeah.
And I don't know what Bum was getting. Hopefully he got his. I don't know.
Yeah, I would assume. I haven't heard from him.
Yeah.
I get a ton of rye, a ton of milk chocolate, bitter sweet chocolate.
Yeah.
And spices in there.
Yep. That's a very good beer.
Yeah, it's a good brew.
Very tasty.
It's still pretty good. Like
Yeah. Even after frozen, it's still good.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, Paul said it should be fine. You can freeze filter it. So what you actually
Turn it
have
into
right
a Belgian
now,
ice.
That's what I was just. Yeah, see, Mark was thinking on the same wavelength. Yeah, you actually made it. You have the first of that beer. Zach's never even had that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, is this the first time ever that someone's had a frozen beer of this?
No, that's the ice version.
I should make a new Untappd version.
Ice brewed.
Yeah,
Ice brewed.
That's now the ice version of what is that? The ice Belgian rye ice stout?
Yeah. And just for short, Belgian rice.
Yeah, just tell Zach he can use it. You're not even going to charge him or anything.
Yeah.
You know,
no royalties or anything.
Yeah, there's no. Yeah, just feel free.
Instead of rye ice, it'll be RYICE rice.
Yeah. Tell him you won't even copyright it or nothing. You just you're good. You're good. You know.
I call him. He just hangs up. He's like,
yeah.
This guy.
That's funny.
That's a lot of beer, though. That's a lot of beer. 30.
Yeah, because what did you say? What was the ABV on that one?
8.4 or 8.5.
8.4.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I looked on his website and it said, I don't know if this was. It said 9 point something on the website. I don't know if this was just a different batch.
Yeah, each batch is probably a little different. Yeah. Now, I had that on Tuesday. I had the Guinness as a warm up, and then that the rest of the night. And I split about half of it with Pam, and I mean that was plenty. You know, that's a nice beer. One quart of that is that's a good one.
Yeah, it's a lot of beer. I'm gonna see what I'm gonna have to do with it. I'll definitely drink it all, but it'll take some time.
So let's go through the Untappd on that one real quick here. So 602 ratings on here, 5 in the last 30 days, 8%, 45 IBUs, 3.63 rating on here on Untappd. No description, but that's understandable. We got to get after these brewers these days. They don't leave descriptions or anything on there. I mean, come on, this
surprise.
But here it is right here. I think we're gonna see Mark, right?
Yeah, I should be that one.
Yeah, this is Mark right here. So
it looks nice.
Yeah, see, that's a nice glass right there. Oh, I hope you took a picture.
Who, me?
Tom? I don't know.
Well, I'll have enough beer. I have enough. I have a little insurance.
You have a little wiggle.
You could be into your third glass and still get a picture with that because it's a 32 ounce.
Yeah. I had the Scotch ale, which isn't going to be as strong. I don't think it was that strong, but man, it sure did drink very, very well.
I think one of those other pictures might be mine too. I first had it at the brewery like 2 years ago. So
well, let me go back.
I think I tasted everything that year. That was
so this is one of his originals. Like he's been brewing this for a long time.
Yeah, he has been. That's one of the ones I opened up with. Yeah.
Let me see.
What beer is that? The Lagunitas Nighttime?
Yeah, I had that the other night.
How was that?
It's pretty good. It's a black IPA. Pretty nice.
The how can let me see. Let me click on. I don't know how can I check on Mark's to see how many times he's had it.
That's the second time I've logged it.
If you had to click on his icon, I think then you got to scroll down, see how many he had, and do it that way. I think.
Yeah. I had it. That's the second time I checked into that. The first time was when we were out there a couple years ago. But I think I had a 10-ounce taster of it at that time.
Okay.
But yeah,
the one you
very
had,
very good beer.
That the shoots Beyond or something like that. That sour that you have, one of the top rated beers. That's an amazing beer. I love that beer.
Okay, yeah, the Douches or something.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Douches de Bourgogne or something like that. I don't know what the hell. All these fancy names, man. You get pinky out the whole time you're saying it. You know what I'm saying?
Or and ask them if they have it with your pinky out already.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta
You're like, let me see. Let me put my pinky out first and try to say this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they're like, what the hell? Pinky out? What are you talking about? I've got an interesting story here. Or I don't know how much of a story it is, as much as just someone releasing something kind of cool. Beer cask-aged whiskeys. Here you go. Boom! Am I blowing your mind now? Look at that.
Yeah.
Jameson has got some special whiskey that we have to get our hands on. The Jameson Caskmates IPA Irish whiskey.
Ooh, that one sounds good.
Has a hoppy and citrus finish. Can I interest you in some of that?
And I'm not a big fan of Jameson. I'll drink that at least to try it.
It's the opposite. Beer was doing bourbon barrel age, and now whiskey's doing beer barrel age.
That's right. That's right. So it's not much of a story, as you can tell here. It's pretty much the picture says it all, and the headline says it all. I mean, well, let's see here. Craft beer wave is showing little sign of slowing down. Blah blah blah. The Belgian is cheap and providing cask to a local Irish brewery that fills them with IPA to help treat the wood before they are sent back to Jameson to be reused. The brand fills them with Jameson Original that is naturally imparted with a citrusy hop finish thanks to the previous stage with the beer. Okay, so they're taking their casks, and then so by the time it gets back, it's been used 3 times, or twice.
Yeah.
Right? Is what they're saying. And then they put their original casks, right? Because I doubt you're going to put IPA in them before anything. I mean, IPA is not going to be the first thing you put in them.
No. Beer is going to go in a barrel after it's been used for whiskey or something else.
Yeah, so they're gonna put their original in it, and then take it out, and then put the beer in, and then take that out, and then put the Jameson back in.
Yeah.
And then sell it to you for a ridiculous price.
Yeah. I'm curious where the beer comes from, though. Like, is it a brewery or is it?
Yeah, I wonder. Who they ship it to. They probably ship it to somebody. I would think there some brewery somewhere.
Yeah, it doesn't. Like I said, there's not much to go by here in this little piece, and it's not. There's.
Yeah, and I would think the flavor of the whiskey would depend on the kind of beer that's in. It's probably going to be a stout or something like that. I would think.
This is making me want to look this up. Whoa, how come that went in reverse?
I have the stout edition with me right now. It is pretty good.
You have you have the stout version of this
edition?
Really?
Oh wow!
It's been out for about a year.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
And do you get any beer flavor in it at all?
Let me take a little small
little. There we go. Quick pull off the bottle there. Label out.
Right to the face.
Yeah.
You do get like a little maltiness, but you like the Jameson just kind of follows through.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at this. What is this? This must be all of them, maybe? Is that what this one is?
Is that a sample pack? Looks like, yeah, it's like a sample. It's like
that's all 3 of them, man. That's what you want right there. 45. I'd pay that.
That's cheap.
Wow,
that's good.
It's like $15. That's got to be small bottles. I got to imagine those are like.
Man, how come it's not, dude?
It's like $15 a bottle.
They're killing me with the pictures here, dude. I want to see this bigger. Man, they're pissing me off now. The hell. So here it is right from Jameson's, hopefully their website. Then we get a little more. Oh, come on, bro. Are you serious with this?
1-1.
You guys ever had a pickleback? You had a pickleback?
No.
It's like Jameson, shot of Jameson and a shot of pickle juice. Like if you're not into whiskey, it like totally demolishes the whiskey.
Oh, really? I would think, pickle juice is just brine. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's good though. Every once in a while.
Yeah, pickle juice is supposed to be good for you. Pickle brine, like organic pickle brine, is supposed to be good for you. It's got probiotics and stuff in it.
I love that stuff.
Well, see, this kind of makes it sound like, because we had a hunch that a zesty IPA would be the perfect partner for our whiskey. So we loaned barrels to our drinking buddies to make a Jameson seasoned IPA.
Okay. So
the beer-soaked barrels returned to the distillery full of new, crisp, hoppy notes. We refilled them with Jameson, and the wait began. Our signature smoothness is still there, but now, thanks to the IPA, it'll be rubbing shoulders, light hints of hops, fresh citrus, and floral notes.
Oh.
So yeah, even there's no information on
where they went,
where the beer, who made the beer for them.
That'd be interesting. I feel like the citrus would definitely make a point in with the Jameson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get like grapefruit. That would actually be probably pretty good with the whiskey.
Paul says that
stuff.
He says his local craft distillery makes whiskey from beer mash recipes from local breweries.
Wiggle whiskey.
Yeah. So yeah, this is super cool, man. I definitely would. So Total Wine, they have it for $27.99.
Wow, that's I'm gonna check that out because I'm at the point where I could use another bottle of distilled spirits of some sort. So
that's a fantastic price at Total Wine, man. That's
I'm gonna check that out tomorrow.
I actually had no idea they were doing this. This is awesome.
It's kind of cool. Yeah, $28 for a bottle. Yeah, I mean that's
$5 for that. 34.
Yeah, and they have it right here at my local Total Wine. So
okay.
Yeah, I could.
I typically buy bourbon, but I could try that. You know, that's being a beer geek. That's novelty enough to get me to buy one at least.
How do you guys feel about Jack Daniels?
I don't know. Boy, I haven't visited Jack Daniels in a while.
Yeah, I think they do some of the distilling for Kirkland bourbon, Joe. I think they're one of the distillers.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah,
because they've got the capacity.
Yeah,
their basic Jack Daniels is basic. I mean, there's nothing special, but you get in Jack Daniels Black and some of their.
They've got some really good stuff now.
Single barrel stuff, yeah. I mean, they know how to make whiskey.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, I'm a Jack Daniels guy. Like their single barrel's good. Their Gentleman Jack's been around for a long time. Well, not a long time, been around for a while. It's really good. Their Winter Jack sucks, but outside of that, it's like they're actually. I mean, it is what it is, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's at the lower price. Well, some of their stuff get up there. It's not super top shelf, but it's a good solid middle of the road stuff where you get good value for your money. I think kind of like the Evan Williams single barrel type stuff is pretty good. Yeah, and that's like $25 a bottle, $25 to $30 a bottle.
Yeah, you don't have to go crazy to get something solid nowadays.
No.
You can spend $25, $30.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it seems to be the sweet spot, $25, $30. If you're paying under $17, yeah, it's probably not real good. That's a mixer. That's with pickle juice there. That's pickle juice.
I have to admit when I know I'm going to be mixing like crazy, like if I know I just want some decent whiskey sours, let's say, I'll probably pick up Jack, because it's going to be, or John, some people call it, but it's going to be, it's going to be cheap, and decent, the quality's going to, like Lance says, it's going to be what it is, and if you're mixing it anyway, then what's, some people argue like the same thing with coffee. Like, what's the difference? If you're going to be adding creamer to it, like, what do you care? You might as well get Folgers.
There's some validity to that.
No, there absolutely is. Yeah, because you're definitely masking the original taste of the beans.
Oh yeah, why spend $7 at Starbucks with $1.39 Circle K and get the same effect?
Yeah. So yeah, there's
It's true. I almost never put cream in a coffee I get at Starbucks because if I'm going to pay extra for it,
you get more coffee.
Mess it up.
Oh, my mom was saying, I wonder if you ask your Echo about beers. I actually don't have her right here right now. Yeah.
There is a skill for it for beer.
Yeah, there's a couple of skills on there. Yeah, there actually is. Yeah,
like suggest me a beer and beer fact. There's a beer facts one, I think.
Yeah, because I have beer facts. I do have beer facts on my Echo, and there's also a couple of like bartending ones. So you can launch those, and then you tell it what ingredients you have, something like that, and it'll give you suggestions. I think if I remember that right. But
so if you say I've got pickle juice and whiskey, I wonder if it'll do a pickleback.
Yeah, let's figure it out. Come on, figure it out. Yeah, yeah. How smart are you? Now I don't know about you guys. Well, I know Mark has one, but I don't know if Lance or Tom have Echo devices, but they've been sending emails lately with new skills that they're putting into her.
Oh, I haven't looked at that email account.
I mean, I know what it is, but I just have no desire to get one.
Yeah, they just all of a sudden randomly started sending me emails. I'll sometimes get one twice a week, but at least once a week with new things that they tell you. As a matter of fact, my latest one, and you don't have to wait to be home. You could just open your Amazon app. You open your Amazon app, and there's that circle there, and that's the magic A word circle, and so you just hit that and ask it something, So,
how's the phone treating you?
It's been getting better. They've been updating it. It was randomly crashing for a while.
Ooh.
Which sucked. Yeah. Not very happy with that, but
yeah, that must have ticked you off a little bit.
it's been getting a little better. But that's not a phone issue. That's the operating. So I was a little more patient with that because okay, they need to update this bad boy. Now it did. Speaking of that, it crashed on me this past weekend, but that hasn't happened as much. You know what I'm saying? So,
but when it crashed, what does it crash for? Like 30 seconds, a minute?
Oh yeah, I mean it just reboots is what it does. It's so you're down maybe I don't know what feels like 500 flipping years, but it's really probably 15 seconds. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so it's just down restarts then basically.
Yeah, it all of a sudden will circle, but it does it to me at the most inconvenient time. I use this thing for everything when I'm driving. So I'm streaming music and making phone calls, doing all this. There's like a mobile computer this darn thing is, So when it crashes, I've got no tunes, I've got no podcast, I've got no conversation happening anymore, so that part sucks.
You got to put the radio on the old-fashioned way, right?
So, yeah, well, we don't have radios in our trucks, but some of the new skills that it just sent me, they just sent me this email today at 4 a.m. It helped me start the new year.
Yeah, I got that email too. I just found it.
You found, yeah. So that's some of them. Alexa? You can play rock, paper, scissors with her.
No way.
That would be kind of interesting, actually. I didn't try that one. I tried the New Year one. What was some of the other ones I tried? I asked her for the history behind New Year's resolutions. That was kind of interesting. What's the quote of the day? I do that from time to time. Do dogs dream? I asked her that. That was an interesting response.
Huh.
Do dogs dream? I won't. What do you call that? Darn it! No. I won't spoil it. Spoiler. Yeah, I won't spoil it. Yeah. No spoiler alert here. Yeah, don't worry about that. I won't spoil it. What's the coldest temperature ever recorded in the U.S.?
Ooh.
Maybe like -52, I think.
No, I've had -50 here before one time.
Yeah, no, because there was that one time I was in Minnesota, and it was 60 below with the wind chill. Now, not the actual temperature, but with the wind chill. Dear God, it was ridiculously cold. That was stupid cold. That was
sounds like here in Akron today, like as of 15 minutes ago, it was like 5 degrees. When I woke up this morning, it was like -2.
Oh, you know what? Wow. You know how cold it is here? Would you like to tell me how? I'll tell you how we are suffering here.
World's smallest violin for Joe.
You want some cheese with that wine?
Oh, poor boy. 5 degrees. You know how cold it is? It's 62 degrees here.
Jesus.
We have to wear pants.
Bust out the sweaters.
That's the snow melting degree right there.
Yeah.
All the snow would be gone.
Yeah, you might as well call them pants. They're like shorts, but they're just a little longer shorts. You know, so you're not quite full pants, but they're.
Was it they
are? Man capri.
Yeah. I mean, come on. You know.
I got a question. Like, when you go out in public, do you get it's cold out here, or like do people say it's cold?
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. Some people, maybe not 62 degrees, but yeah, it doesn't take too much before. There's some people. I follow this one lady in particular that got like a scarf and some real nice, the big fluffy type scarves, winter scarf, and a nice big fluffy beanie type hat. And she said she had to go to work and they had the AC turned up because it was 80-something degrees yesterday. And so she got to wear the scarf because they had the AC blasting. So, it's cold in those offices, come on. That is one fact about Phoenix. I'll tell you what, man. You come to Phoenix, bro, you will be air conditioned to death. You will be freezing. It is amazing how you will come here in summer and be hot as hell outside. You go in a building, it doesn't take too long for you to be cold, man. You're like, because they've got the real deal AC here, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is hilarious. Yeah. Of course, they've got where you can. What are your New Year's resolutions? You can ask her that sort of thing, how to set up messaging and all that sort of thing. So that's your latest A-word update right there. Yeah. I don't want to set it, because we have such a large audience. And I know we have a large audience because I got an email this morning also from someone that said, he was emailing people with large YouTube audiences to do their taxes. Yeah. And I'm like, really? Like 5 people's a large audience, really? So that, yeah. So yeah, that's but I don't remember. Matter of fact, I know I didn't get any financial advice this week.
No. The Financial Clarity Podcast has taken a week off due to more pressing matters.
Oh, okay.
Good in a good way.
So not only did the cold weather stop school, but it stopped the financial advisory.
Yes, it did. Well, no, it didn't stop the financial advisor. It stopped the podcast.
Okay.
I've spent a lot of time this week dealing with government paperwork for financial planning. So yeah, so we will.
I get that Fed stuff done. It sound like.
No, it's more. I've got to register in another state so I can work with clients there, and every state's different. And it's just something that has to be done, and it sucks up hours and hours and hours of time.
Okay.
Worth it in the long run, though, right?
Yes. Oh, it's definitely worth it, but it just it's a time suck.
Yeah. No,
and everyone you add just means there's more time every year when you have to renew everything. So,
do you have any tips or any financial advice you can add, or are you taking a break from the whole thing?
No, I think the one tip I will add is
the first tip of the new year.
To get into the new year, because we're like going on 1 week into this New Year's resolutions thing. Do not think black and white. Do not think all or nothing. Whatever you do, there is no just positive and negative. We either did it or we failed miserably. There's a huge gray area in the middle. So you've got to be flexible and be adaptable, because it's not all or nothing.
Okay.
If you set a resolution and you find out 1 weekend, it's like, I haven't done anything, I'm just going to stop. Well,
no, right. Keep going. Yeah. Just
keep going.
That's not a reason to give up. In other words, keep
exactly, and that's kind of come. I've talked to some people here in the last few weeks that have little disappointed because they haven't done what they wanted to do.
Now Scott's got some really solid advice. Really solid. He says my tip: don't eat yellow snow.
That's a great. Unless
yeah,
that's really good advice.
Yeah.
But you can drink yellow snow as long as it's from Rogue.
Yeah. Now, see, we've got someone that didn't necessarily eat yellow snow. He ate black frozen snow, but it came in a can.
Yeah,
and he lived. He did pretty
survived.
good. Yeah, so we've got some whiners in here, Mark. We got someone going by the last name of Cinderson in there whining about it's supposed to be -8 there tomorrow night. Let me remind you how cold it's going to be here. 46 degrees, man. Are you kidding me? You know how
Shut
cold
the valley
that is
down.
here?
Shut that valley down.
Yeah, -8. That's cold. It's going to be like 15 here tonight. I mean, we've had a couple nights below 20, which is for us is really cold.
We have Beer by the Numbers says it's -4 with the sun there today. He's in Minnesota.
Okay.
So, yeah, I believe Minnesota. Good God, man. I was stationed in upstate New York and we got some pretty cold weather. But I'll never forget that winter when I was up there in Minnesota. It was and it was one of their worst winters. It was they wouldn't even let you go farther north because they said it was wind chills of close to 90 below. They just wouldn't let you go farther north. It was ridiculous that winter. It was so cold.
So cold. Yeah.
I mean, it would you would I couldn't warm up. I had both heaters in the truck going. I had a heater in the sleeper and a heater in the cab, of course. Both heaters going full blast. I'm still wrapped up in jackets and everything else I could wear. It was, and the minute you stepped out of your truck, or your vehicle in whatever case it may be, I mean, your lungs were just instantly on fire. It was so cold. I mean, just breathing the air. It was like,
that's what I always remember. You get below about 10 degrees or so, you kind of get, below 10 and colder, you breathe in and it's just cold. It just hurts. And you never get warm. You're just always cold.
Yeah, it was really, really.
Those are the days that when you have some nice clam chowder.
I'm making meatball soup for dinner tonight. So
nice.
Paul says, has technology advanced to the point where you can slap someone through the screen?
I wish.
Can we do that yet?
Well, no. Paul has an Echo device, so maybe you guys could hook up for like messaging, and then he could say, Alexa, slap Joe D. That should be a new skill.
Yeah, she can flip a coin for you.
Talk smack. Alexa, ask her if she can talk smack.
Yeah, talk smack. Yeah. Yeah. So that's funny. I like the way he put that.
A virtual slap.
I mean, it's cold when your nose hairs freeze. Had that on the way to work this morning. Yeah, I can remember those days too. Yeah, you just can't. And I'm one of those people. Like, it doesn't take too much for my nose to run. I think I got that from my grandma. My grandma was always that person that would sniffle all the time. She wasn't even sick. And it doesn't take much. If I start like kind of cleaning house or just kind of moving around a little bit, my nose will start running, and you just got that and I can remember those times, man, when I was in upstate New York, especially. You just finally let it go, and you've got like this just frozen stuff happening here, and it's just really gross. Then
it freezes, then you don't have to worry about it.
You have icicles.
Now that's the frozen yellow snow. You don't eat that either. That is no bueno right there. Yeah, I got another really good tip for you. This is a financial tip. We're gonna help you save money this weekend, bro.
All right.
Okay, here we go. Hey, you can thank me by inviting me is what you can do for this one here. Now,
go.
Applebee's, okay, for the month of
Ooh.
January is, whoops, darn it.
Well, if you see what kind of beer they're selling, I understand why.
They're Applebee's is selling $2 beer, selling beer for $2 in January. So first Applebee's was selling, and I had one of these $1 margaritas they were doing. And then they did the dollar Long Island iced teas. Now, starting January 1, the chain is offering another boozy deal. Applebee's will be selling Blue Moon, $2 each for a new promotion. 10-ounce pour for $2. That's not bad. Also, that's not the only deal Applebee's has.
This is what got me. I saw this commercial. Yeah.
They're bringing back their all-you-can-eat deals for riblets and adding chicken tenders as an option. Ooh. So you get endless plates of full riblets or chicken tenders, plus constant refills of fries for $12.99. Boom! Am I blowing? Can I interest you in some of that?
Oh, riblets! Riblets are awesome.
They're awesome, man.
Yeah,
dude, that is the treat right there, man. So you want to go out, have an inexpensive meal with family, friends, or by yourself, like me. You know what I'm saying? Boom, $2 pours. You know what I'm saying? $13 for some all-you-can-eat riblets and fries. Yeah,
$20 to get yourself a lot of riblets and a few beers. Yeah.
I don't know that there ain't. I think there's as many Applebee's as there is gas stations. For Christ's sake, they're everywhere, right?
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
I think pretty much everybody in America has literally a neighborhood Applebee's. Applebee's is that kind of restaurant, right? They're not always super huge. They're a decent little size, and they're literally neighborhood restaurants. They try to make it like, you know, they'll have like stuff hanging on the walls from little league sports teams in your area and all that sort of thing. Like they try to be that big national chain that has a local neighborhood feel. I'll give that to them. They try to have your local craft beer in that area. They try to have that. I could even say that for the Applebee's here. If you go to different Applebee's around the Phoenix, you know, wider metro area, you'll find craft beers from that kind of area. You know, it's kind of cool. They've
given the like the individual restaurant managers the ability to offer, you know, like kind of niche wherever they're at. Yeah,
right. Yeah,
which is nice.
Yeah. So hey, that's a pretty, and they still are able. They're a big enough chain because they're huge. I wonder how many Applebee's there actually is in this country, but they are huge. I wonder if Applebee's is abroad as well. I don't know. I've never.
Hey, Paul, don't you? It should be near your Alexa, Paul. Ask Alexa how many Applebee's there are in the country.
There you go. You don't even need to have an Alexa.
See, there's all these questions I could have been asking her, and I left her over there. Sorry. I know.
You're gonna get the wrath of Alexa here pretty soon, Joe.
Yeah, dude, doesn't it feel like they're moody? Because some days, I mean, she's spot on. Boom, 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 and there's other days when she's just not listening to you. You know, she's like, yeah, you know.
Did you know there was more Subways than McDonald's?
Subway's talking about contracting.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, McDonald's. Yeah, I did find that out. There was a YouTube video on just that sort of thing. Yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't believe it when I first heard it. I was like, wait, no way. But now you think about it, everywhere you go, Subway.
Oh yeah, though there's a Subway everywhere. They're
talking about close to like 600 this year or something like that. I saw that earlier this week.
Subway?
Yeah, they're about close to 600 locations.
Wow. Yeah, because they were lowering their price. I guess a lot of them didn't. A lot of owners weren't vibing with the prices that they were wanting to offer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Does it seem like to you, because there's Subway everywhere worldwide? They're everywhere. It doesn't seem like to you them foot longs are getting a little more like 10-inch longs or something.
Well, they almost got sued over that a couple of years ago or something like that.
Oh, did they? I don't know.
I think they did because somebody called them out on it. It was a big stink about it.
Oh, was there?
No, if you flip, there's a dude on YouTube I guess they put it in the pan, so it rises to 12 inches on the top, but on the bottom, if you flip it upside down, it's 11 inches.
Oh.
So, can I get a 1-inch sub just for 12? So it can be 12 inches. And they're like, what the hell? They didn't know what to say.
Oh, we got TD Burris in there. We got head coach. He said he's at work. He wished he could join in. Jason's in there.
Okay, so we have Paul says Alexa's still learning about that. So she's on the case now.
She's on the case. All right, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I bet if there's a question, my theory is if there's a question you ask Alexa and it doesn't come back with an answer, then it goes to some queue. You know, where multiple people ask the same question, then they have researchers do it and then plug in the answer so she can answer.
Sometimes she will ask you, did I answer your question? And I'll tell her no. You know what I'm saying? If she didn't, I'll tell her no. But even if she doesn't ask, I still get on the Alexa app and look, and on the app it always asks you, you know, so you can always answer right there. Did she quite answer the question or not? What I like doing it there is, for those of you that do, and maybe even for the ones that don't have any of these, what do they call them? Voice assistants. It's cool to get on there and actually hear yourself and hear what they're hearing. You can play back what they heard. And that part's kind of interesting. Little creepy. I could see where some people would find that creepy. But everything you've ever asked it is on there. Just so you know. So and that magic word is the trigger. So it doesn't necessarily turn on until, you know, it's not hearing everything you do. So as far as we know, but I read somewhere that it will record, you know, when you say Alexa, it pops up, but in order to catch that, it's on, but it doesn't record until it hears that trigger word.
Yeah. So maybe a half a second or a second before,
right,
it'll record that. So if you're doing something that you don't want anybody to know about, stop it for a few seconds and then ask Alexa.
Yeah. Now, Paul says she's confused right now. She keeps hearing Joe and Mark say her name. Yeah. Now, that's one thing you have to do. I would recommend, okay, we might go through a top 5 things to do with your device when you first get it. I would recommend, of course, set it up, please. Setting it up is a good thing. I would recommend training it to your voice.
Yep.
That's one of those first 5 things I would do. Train it to your voice for sure. That really helps. It don't necessarily take care of everything, but it sure does help. You'll still see it. It'll hear the word, and you'll still see it circle and then go away real quick. You'll get used to seeing that blue circle, and then it'll change to purple, which means it's going away. But it'll get trained to your voice. So if you have multiple people in your house, or something like this, and you have your device nearby, and it's trained to your voice, more than likely it won't go off. Now, if someone has a similar voice, it'll probably sometimes still go off.
And you can set up 2 accounts. We've set up an account for each of us.
Yeah.
So you can switch accounts. So you can say, who am I? And it'll say, I'm talking to Mark. This is Mark's account. Or I'm talking to Mark. This is Pam's account.
Yeah.
So it recognizes your voice. And so each person can set up different stuff.
Yeah. That way, if you Mark tells it to play some so-and-so music, it knows right away. You know, this is Mark's preference. You can set your preference for whatever music store you want to listen to it from. So whether that be from Amazon or whether that be from Pandora or a Spotify, you can set up your default for that.
Can you tell it at 12 o'clock play this song? And then
you can set up like sequences of events. So like when the alarm goes off, if you could set it for an alarm, when the alarm goes off, then it plays music and then it does your flash briefing or something.
Yeah, I have mine set so when I tell it good morning, There's a whole series of events going. It'll turn on the lights in my living room. It turns on something else I have it set to turn on. And then it immediately starts playing. Well, it tells me a greeting. I have it set to tell me a greeting, and then it'll start playing my flash briefing. And then at the end of that, then it's set to tell me a joke and tell me the quote of the day. Yeah, so you can really go as
I haven't done any of that yet, but yeah, it looks pretty cool. We want to put one in the bedroom as like an alarm, so I'm interested to try that out.
Yeah, you can definitely set routines is what they call it. So you can go in there and definitely customize that. You can customize alarms, all that sort of thing.
Paul says, or curious kids who want to ask her about poop.
Yeah, I do have the poop skill in there. I played it for you, didn't I?
Yeah, yep.
It'll tell you some of the craziest stuff you've ever didn't even think about poop. It will. Put the poop skill in there. I'm telling you, it's worth it. It goes into stuff you never even fathomed about poop. I promise you.
Mm-hmm.
It is something, man. That poop skill is definitely worth it. It's like you're kind of blowing my mind right now with all this stuff. It like went into the dinosaur dung one time, all kinds of stuff about dinosaur dung. Just
the oldest poop in the world or something like that.
Just all kinds of stuff you never even come close to thinking about. Just total useless facts, right?
It's crazy how like little kids nowadays, like technology, they can ask anything to anything and they'll get any. They can quickly. It really is. I wish I had that when I was.
Yeah, we used to have to go to the library and learn how to use the Dewey Decimal System and look up books if we wanted to find stuff.
Yeah, do you remember, Mark, figuring out how to use like a thesaurus and how to use encyclopedias, for Christ's sake?
Oh yeah, yep. That was the big gift. You had to get an encyclopedia set.
Yeah,
that would be all the knowledge in the world on your
the books of knowledge. You remember the books? I had the books of knowledge, and you had to get the latest set, which were $2.5 million.
Yeah, that all changed about 20 years ago.
Yeah, really, right? Yeah, it was. I can remember when all that you'd look at these shelves of books. We had shelves of these encyclopedias, and I remember the first time they came on a disc, and it was like, all of that is on this. This is amazing. I remember thinking that was just the most amazing thing. Like, all these books are on this disc. That is amazing. You know what I'm saying? It was so wild. Yeah. All those books on that one, and now it's like, are you kidding me? I just asked Google. Are you kidding me? What would we do without Wikipedia and Google? And
YouTube.
YouTube. What would we do without it? Now, real quick, if you're like me, and there's rumors out there. I'm a bit of a Seinfeld fan. Kind of a mild Seinfeld fan. We finally have comedians in cars getting coffee on Netflix. Netflix has them now. It's a Netflix original, comedians in cars getting coffee. This is awesome. If you have not seen this show, it used to be on oh my God, what's that one app?
Hulu, right?
No.
It
was on
Crackle.
Crackle. It was on Crackle. It was awful. Crackle is, or I don't know how it is now. I haven't tried Crackle in over a year, but it was awful. It would crash. It was loaded with commercials because they tried to put all these commercials in there. And every time you'd go in or out of a commercial, depending on what device you were using it on, it would just crash. It was awful. I remember trying it as recently as a year ago on my devices here in this house, and it was still ridiculous. It was nuts. Anyway, but now it's on Netflix, which will work because Netflix works everywhere. And so finally, Seinfeld has caved in, and he gave into the behemoth, and and went with the real network because nobody's watching it. Nobody was watching it.
Travelers has new episodes. I just saw it down there. That's awesome.
So these are some of the shows that
I'm going to be busy.
That are now, Black Mirror has a new season on there.
Oh, man. There's two right there that I need.
The Peaky Effing Blinders. I haven't
seen that one. Should I watch that, Joe? Should I watch that?
Oh, bro.
What is it?
You start with episode, just like you see. Start here with episode 1, season 1, and just count off the rest of your life until you finish it. I promise you, that show is fantastic. If you love period shows, this is like around, I don't know, what was it, World War I or World War II, but and it takes place in Ireland, and it is a fantastic show. I love that show.
Cool.
The Peaky Effing Blinders. And then I caught up on The Crown, the latest season of The Crown. Yeah, it was okay. Not as good as season 1, but watchable. The Turn. I don't know if anybody watches Turn, but it's finally on Netflix as well. All the seasons.
Cool.
Excellent show.
That's an excellent show. That is an excellent.
I won't spoil it. I won't spoil how it ends. It's history. Some people actually are in suspense.
Ask Alexa. She'll tell you.
You know what? Now, this is one of the things. Now, if you don't have a fireplace, I don't have a fireplace. And I tell you what, man, since I can remember, I've loved these fireplace videos. I don't know what it is about them. This guy makes some cool ones. I watched his first one. It's the stupidest thing ever, right? It's an hour long of this guy burning a fire in his fireplace. I swear to God, it's great. Like if you are having a party or something, it's kind of cool just to put it on. You get the same glow that you would from a real fireplace in your house without all the cleanup, without all the mess, all the crackling sounds and all that stuff. Now he made a 4K version. I'll tell you what, man, it's got one of the most hits on Netflix. I swear to God, his 2 fireplace videos are very popular, man. I don't know what it is about him, but he made this 4K version, and it's from start to finish of the fire burning. You see him, you see the fire starting, and you watch it grow, and then you watch it dwindle, and you watch the wood kind of burn. I don't know. It's relaxing to me for some stupid reason. I'm that kind of idiot. That Love show was okay, but they've got just tons of new series on here. That or they've added seasons to other series that are really, really good. They've even got some good movies on here as well. I'm not much of a movie
there's
guy.
Fuller House, Joe. You missed that. You got to get back.
Fuller House.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's a must watch.
Joe's binge watching that this weekend.
Oh, I'm all over that one. Yeah, I've heard of that this day. If you're a Chappelle fan, I have heard that this David Chappelle comedy act is pretty good. I'm not a huge Chappelle fan actually, but I have heard that it's really good from people that like Chappelle a lot. Said that they really enjoyed that. That's one thing I've noticed though. Netflix has so many comedy specials on here right now. Most of them suck. Have you noticed that? Like they're just not real. You're like,
well, Comedy Central, HBO can't show them all,
Yeah, they, but Netflix has a ton of live comedy on here. So, but there's some really, really, really good watches on there. So, it's almost getting to the point where it's hard to find stuff on Netflix now. They've got such a catalog that stuff can get just buried in there.
Yeah. There's too much. There's no way you could ever watch it all.
You know what's hilarious is I'm gonna blow your mind some more. I watch YouTube videos. There's a guy you can subscribe to, and I forget the channel. But there's on YouTube, there's a channel that specializes on Netflix and Hulu and all these for cord cutters, and they'll tell you what's coming this month, and it's really helpful. It really is, because there's so much stuff on these apps now that it's stuff gets buried, and there and each one of them seems to have some decent content. So I end up I end up going and watching these people's little 10-15 minute videos on YouTube, and then I'm like, oh yeah, that one does look good, because they'll show you little previews of stuff, you know, one right after another. This is what's coming, and it's kind of one preview after another preview, and you're like, oh yeah, that one does look good. Because Netflix, this is one problem I have with Netflix. They're not really good on trailers, and I really wish they did trailers. It's the one thing that I can credit. Amazon's getting better with content, but they're not still that great with their content. But they I'm sorry?
I don't like the platform, how they set it up.
Yeah, they're
I don't know, it's not very intuitive, like, compared to Netflix.
On the Apple TV they have a really good interface. It's not as bad. And then when you integrate Netflix is actually the only one that isn't integrated, that hasn't lined up with Apple's app. Apple has a TV app. And so what they try to do is you sync up your apps that will sync up to it. Not all apps will, but you sync up the apps that you can to it. And then all you have to do is go to that one app, and then it's showing you what's on all your different apps. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of centralizes all your apps for you. If you're a sports guy like me, you put in all your favorite teams into that Apple app. And then it has a sports section, but it'll show you and it'll alert you when your team is playing. So when that game is showing, it'll show you the score. So you know you're never quite in the dark. You know what I'm saying? Because these things can get lost when you're a cord cutter. You have all these different apps to go to now, and you can lose things. You know, so it's nice to have. In my case, I have all my teams in there, college, pro, no matter what it is. I have them all in there. And then one of my first lines when I open that Apple app is sports. So it'll show me, you know. But I wish Netflix would get lined up. Hopefully they will. And then when it shows you stuff that's coming on new, or something like that. There's even apps that don't have trailers, but since it's in the Apple app, Apple has trailers, and so you can go in there and watch a trailer for it. It makes it super, super convenient. But Amazon, the one thing I do like about them is they do offer trailers for most things, so you can preview something. So I'll give them that much credit. You know, so some of their series aren't that great, but they have had some that are pretty good watches. They're really worth a watch. There was one that was about photography. It was about fashion, so it was kind of on that fine line. You know, you got to put up with all that stuff, but it was about really old school film photography, and I just enjoyed the hell out of it. And that was on Amazon. I can't think of the name of it, but it was pretty good from the photography aspect. You know, but so that's it for our cord cutting minute.
Yes.
So you have plenty of stuff to watch. You can go to you don't even have to go to Applebee's, I don't think, to get. Maybe you do. They probably want you to eat that in house. But hey, take your phone, take your tablet. They have free Wi-Fi there. You know what I'm saying? Take your phone, take your tablet, and you can watch a couple of episodes or a movie there while you're having endless riblets and $2 pours. You know? Boom! I just gave you your whole weekend right there. I'm not even charging you nothing for it.
Or if you're snowed in, you just gave a bunch of stuff to watch.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I keep forgetting everybody's snowed in. You know why? Because it's 66 degrees. It's going to be 80 today. Just to make it makes you feel better. You know, as poor people here. You know, we're in another month we'll be wearing SPF 500 over here. So so you put up with a little bit of triple digit weather to
a lot of triple digit weather.
You had to get these warm winters, so it's a give and take. That's in any case, guys, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it, man. We had a good let me see. Our curious kids who want to ask about her poop. Yeah, dude, I promise you that poop app is worth it. You will be blown away. I don't think it's gonna be quite what the kids think it is, because it's actually educational. It's actually very factual about poop. It's like more than you ever really wanted. It's amazing. I'm always blown away at what her answer is gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're like, Alexa, open poop fact, and here it comes. You know? He's probably getting one right now.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we're out of here, man. We'll see you, man.
All right,
y'all.
see ya.
Peace out, man.
Later, guys.